Okay, so Apple just dropped its latest lineup of devices, and they're calling it the biggest leap ever for the iPhone. That's a pretty bold claim, but it's not just about the phones. There are some massive changes coming to AirPods and the Apple Watch too. So let's break down everything they announced and figure out what it actually means for you.
To really get what Apple's doing with these new products, you have to remember their core philosophy. It's all about this idea that design isn't just what something looks like, it's about how it works, how it feels, how it fits into your life. And that one idea right there is really the key to understanding everything we're going to talk about today.
All right, so here's the plan. We're going to unpack all the biggest announcements from what might be their most important event in years, and we're going to do it in just about 5 minutes. We'll hit the new AirPods, the entire revamped Apple Watch lineup, and of course, the brand new iPhones. Ready? Let's dive in.
First up, let's talk AirPods. I mean, they're already pretty much the most popular headphones on the planet, right? But it looks like Apple's not content with that because they're raising the bar again with the next-gen AirPods Pro. And the leap forward here is, well, it's pretty significant. They're promising double the active noise cancellation. Just think about that for a second. That's a game changer for anyone on a plane or a noisy train. The battery life also gets a nice little boost to 8 hours. But honestly, the real story here is the two brand new features they've added, live translation and in-ear heart rate sensing. So this live translation thing, how does it even work? Well, the goal here is to make it feel almost like magic, totally seamless. You just use a simple gesture and boom, you're hearing another language translated right in your ear. At the same time, your iPhone shows a translation of what you're saying to the other person. This isn't just a small feature. This could literally change how we all travel and communicate. And with this new focus on health, the AirPods Pro are basically transforming into a serious fitness device. I mean, think about it. Tracking your heart rate right from your ear? That's a really clever move. Plus, with better water resistance and a more secure fit, they're not just for listening to music anymore. They're actually built to survive a real sweaty workout.
Speaking of health, that brings us perfectly to the Apple Watch. For millions of people, this thing has already become an absolutely essential device for both fitness and, more importantly, safety.
You hear stories all the time that sound just like this, and it's a powerful reminder that this isn't just a gadget. With features like fall detection and constant heart monitoring, it's basically become a guardian on your wrist. And this year, that guardian is getting a whole lot more powerful. So for 2025, the lineup has three very distinct models. First, you've got the new Series 11, which introduces what could be a life-saving feature, hypertension monitoring. Then there's the SE3, the more affordable one, and it finally gets an always-on display. That's a huge upgrade people have been asking for. And for all you adventurers out there, the super rugged Ultra 3 now has satellite connectivity, so you can get help even when you're completely, totally off the grid. Okay, let's really focus on this hypertension feature for a second, because it's a big deal. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer, right? Because you might not have any symptoms at all. What the watch can do now is just quietly analyze data in the background and give you a heads up about potential patterns. It empowers you to see a doctor and take action. This is a massive step forward for proactive health.
All right, and now for the main event, the iPhone. But look, Apple isn't just giving us a simple update this year. They're talking about completely redefining the entire lineup with, and I quote, the biggest leap ever.
So even the standard iPhone 17 is getting some seriously pro features this time around. It's getting a promotion display, which basically means everything from scrolling through your feed to gaming is gonna feel buttery smooth. The new A19 chip gives it a huge performance boost, and get this, the screen is now 3 times more scratch resistant. But the biggest upgrade has to be the camera, especially that new front camera with center stage. It'll actually follow you around to keep you perfectly in frame during video calls. Pretty cool. So yeah, that's a pretty powerful new standard for the entry-level iPhone, but the biggest surprise of the entire event wasn't an upgrade to a phone we already knew. No, it was something else entirely, something new. Meet the iPhone Air. Apple is calling this thing a paradox, and you can kind of see why. It's an iPhone that is just impossibly thin and light, but somehow it still packs all the power of a Pro model. The idea is that it's supposed to feel like a piece of the future that just disappears in your hand. So just how thin are we talking? 5.6 millimeters. That is just mind-bogglingly thin. It's a crazy feat of engineering, and it's only possible because they're using a new grade 5 titanium frame, which makes it not just thin and light, but also super, super strong.
Okay, so with the new Air setting this incredible new standard for design, the iPhone 17 Pro was free to just go all in on performance. This is it. This is the ultimate iPhone.
And the camera system on the 17 Pro is where things just get absolutely wild. All three, yes, all three of the rear cameras are now high-res 48 megapixel sensors. That means insane detail in every single shot. The new telephoto lens can get you up to 8x optical quality zoom. Think about that. It's literally like having a bag with 8 different professional lenses, but it's all just in your pocket. And yeah, for the serious video creators, it supports ProRes RAW. This is a beast.
And what about the battery life? How about 39 hours? That's right. Thanks to a brand new thermal design and a bigger battery, the iPhone 17 Pro Max can deliver up to an astonishing 39 hours of video playback. That is the best battery life ever in an iPhone. Period. Phew. Okay, so that is a ton of new technology to take in. Let's bring it all together and get to the bottom line. The two things you really want to go. How much is it, and when can you get one? All right, here's the breakdown. The good news is, everything, the entire new lineup, will be available on September 19th. The entry point for both your ears and your wrist is set at $249 for the new AirPods Pro and the Apple Watch SE. Then for the phones, the very powerful iPhone 17 stays at $799, that new iPhone Air slots right in the middle at $999, and the top-of-the-line Pro starts at $1,099. So when you step back and look at all of this, I mean, you've got devices that talk to each other seamlessly, they proactively watch over our health, they connect us in ways we couldn't before. It really leaves you with a big question, doesn't it? Are these things just tools we use anymore, or is this whole ecosystem slowly becoming a truly indispensable part of our lives? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.